Streaming here live from Brisbane. It's a beautiful day, beautiful morning. I am in the Meriton, just overlooking the Story Bridge. It's too bad these buildings got built because we used to have an amazing view of the bridge from here, but now we've got these things. So, yeah, no more view of the bridge. Anyway, I thought I would just do a bit of a brain dump. Haven't done one of these for a little while, but something that's occurring to me really clearly. And I'll give you a brief rundown. The business cycle that we know happens on a fairly regular basis is the boom and bust cycle. And some of you are familiar with it. Sorry, I just need to adjust my camera a bit here. Some of you are very familiar with the boom and bust cycle. Economies go up, economies go down, the boom and bust cycle. And businesses that are not strong and resilient and performing well and thriving will go bust. So you might feel like you're doing well in a boom economy, but a bust economy happens and it sends you broke. Now, we see this in a slightly different way when businesses start up. 2 years into business, many of you will attest to this. I've been in business for a couple of years. We all remember our first couple of years in business. Nothing could stop us, right? We were invincible. And those 2 years were sort of the best and the worst 2 years of our life, but things change after 2 years. Typically, businesses hit the wall, or they get tired, or they just don't achieve the lofty heights that they want to. Now, there's an interesting human trait. Humans know how to survive. That's just inherently built into all of us. Humans always have gone into survival mode and always will. That's part of our DNA. So it comes out in business. When the only thing we know how to do is survive, that's what we do. So businesses who don't know how to achieve better results in business, that go through a period of time where you worked really hard, but now you're exhausted and you've hit the wall and you just don't know what to do, you just slip into survival mode. It's part of your instinct as a human. And that's done in the absence of anything better. So if we go back far enough, if you were the best hunter in the group, you wouldn't be in survival mode. You would be hunting and thriving and maybe getting fat because you're eating the game that you caught, right? So that's because you were good at something. So business that doesn't get affected by the boom and bust economy are always businesses that have a high degree of knowledge and skill and ability to run the business. That's usually what's missing from most businesses. Okay, so back to my point. The boom and bust economy has always happened. In our industry, cabinet making and joinery businesses start up not knowing how to run a business. But they do keep going through the first couple of years. No bust happens. Interestingly, after the second or third year, where business is still tough and businesses kind of hit the wall and they still don't achieve what they wanted to, they don't go bust. They just slip into survival mode. And we see businesses that have been just surviving for 30 years. And to me, that's really tragic. I wouldn't want anybody to be in survival mode for 30 years. That is going to affect your health. It's going to affect your relationships. Certainly not going to improve your financial situation and be a total waste of time for 30 years. But we do see a lot of it. And so interestingly, what's happening now is we analyze the boom and bust economy out of the pandemic. We've seen businesses that are 20 or 30-year businesses that are now going bust because they rode the boom and bust economy. And if it gets bad enough, if you stay in survival mode and the threat gets bad enough, sometimes you'll be forced to go broke. And right now, the stats, certainly here in Australia, and I'm seeing them all over the world, there are more businesses now being forced into liquidation than in normal times. And that's because the boom and bust economy that happened to us because of the pandemic was so extreme that when we ride that extreme boom and bust economy and not actually manage our business through it properly, it has the potential to send us broke. So businesses that during the pandemic took on more work than they could handle said, great, hallelujah, we've got all this work, but we're not surviving or not doing well in business in the first place. Those businesses maybe were not efficiently in how they were producing, lots of mistakes, not going out on time, not finishing on site, going back to multiple sites just to finish up. All those things that happen in business just happened more often when you took on more work. So more work didn't have a positive effect on businesses, as we can see as evidence in the bust of businesses right now. The liquidation rate is higher than ever. And those are businesses that were booming during the pandemic. And it's only a couple of years, maybe even 1 year since that effect. So how about we do it differently in 2025? Hey, why don't we get together and have a chat about how we can help you avoid, first of all, the boom and bust economy? Because even though a boom sounds great, what you really want is steady, consistent, even keel. Every day there's no dramas. You go to work, things are getting done. Even though a boom economy sounds wonderful, you know that it's headed for a bust. So we don't really want to find this amazing busy, busy, busy all the time. Boom, 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 busy, busy, busy. That's not the goal. The goal is to create a business that gets steady and even consistent amount of work, profit that you need, create a lifestyle that you want for you and your team and your family, and have that happen as long as you want it to happen. It can only happen when you know how to do that, and we can teach you how. So reach out to the Joinery Coach. Let's have a chat. We're more than happy to help. And hey, let's maybe look at 2025 in a slightly different way. This is where we live. If you know anything about us, if you're in our channel watching this video, please filter through some of our videos. We've got lots of clients that we've worked with that have avoided the boom and bust economy and are now doing exceptional things. I'm here in Brisbane a couple of days before knockoff for Christmas, working with some of them and really hearing how much they enjoyed 2024 and are looking to 2025 for that next level. All right, have an amazing rest of your day, and we'll chat with you real soon.